Now let's take a look at sociology. Now, sociology can be defined as the scientific study of human society. And this is different from social work in that social work is more focused on personal problem solving with individuals or with groups. But the focus of psychology is more on the understanding and explaining of social phenomena using scientific methods. So much like biology or chemistry, they do research, analyze data and things like that. But the results of this research can lead to social movements as well. So there's a large portion of sociologists who are deeply involved in social justice. And sociology is strongly connected to other social sciences such as economics, politics, anthropology, psychology, and so on. Now, the range of sociology goes from individuals and social interactions to relationships between global societies, so maybe between nations, between two different cultures, and how they interact and influence each other. And that's one of the unique properties of sociology, is that it focuses not just on the impact of society on the individual, but also the impact of the individual on society. The roots of sociology come from the 19th century, from the Industrial Revolution. And at that time, there were huge advances in transportation and mechanization, and that really changed how people interacted. For example, the advances in transportation meant that people were able to work and live far from where they lived. So you could live in one town and go work in a town 20 miles away if you hopped on the railroad, or you hopped in a car later on. So the advances in transportation with the steam engine and boats and trains really created more of a distance between people, and created more of a bridge between two different towns and two different cultures. And mechanization, like the building of factories, meant that work became different. So it was no longer interacting with people at work, but doing the repetitive tasks possibly by yourself, so you didn't have interaction between other people. So that greatly changed social interaction as well. So all of these changes all happened, within years of each other, and so tremendous change, and that became of great interest to scientists, and that's basically the birth of sociology. Now, there are many theories in sociology, but they can all be categorized as either micropsychology or macropsychology. Now, macro looks at the big picture. What are the broad patterns of interaction, and how does this influence society and the individual? So it focuses on common groupings like family, education, religion, economy, and politics. One of the current trends is the study of globalization. How communication and transportation changes today are changing the personal experience. So, for example, the use of cell phones, how is that changing society? The use of the internet, how is that changing interactions between different societies? And I think we can all see that caused great changes, probably just in the communication between you and your family. And then we have micro-sociology, and that is focused more on self and identity, status and power, cooperation and competition, exchange between people, and justice. And so, for example, if you're going on a first date, what does that interaction look like? What is the personal space like? Is there touching? Is there eye contact? Things like that. And so that's a focus of the sociological focus in micropsychology, as an example. So there is your brief introduction to sociology.